kill shot might not be on film. My GoPro, as I was charging it last night, froze. It does it a lot, so I mean not a lot. It ain't done it in like 4 months. But it did it to me last night, so it's at home. I'm letting it die. Going to recharge it, and hopefully it stays charged this time. And then this morning I thought I forgot the tripod for the camera, because I got in here at daylight. As you can see, it's daylight. And I just now got everything hung up. So, long story short, I probably shouldn't have hunted this morning, but I got in here quiet enough, nothing hurt me, as far as I know. But tonight, or today, this morning, we're setting on the ground again. Now, last episode, you guys never got to see it, but I saw a giant buck. I wrote it in the description, but I never added the clip because there's just no video of the deer itself. I had just me sitting right here where I'm at today. But back here behind me, he went up over that hill. He's chasing does. He was grunting to him. I called to him. He didn't do nothing. He didn't pay no attention. I rattled as the deer was going up the bank. He just kept putting his head down and just ramming at him. And they all ran over the hill. 3 or 4 come across in front of me. But just out of sight, I couldn't see him. And if I would have sat in a climber that night, right where I usually sat in my climber, I would have killed a deer. I mean, I shot him. It's been the biggest deer of my life. But unfortunately, you know, we didn't. We come here because I was basically wanting to observe it. This is my first time sitting here today, too. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to call right now while it's still calm, because it's supposed to get, wind's supposed to pick up a lot, you know, about the time that, you know, that you start losing hope and seeing something, so you call. I like calling that first half hour, 20 minutes of daylight, and we're in that time zone right now, so I'd like to see something, man. I did not want to get out of bed this morning, but now that the time's changed, it's daylight at like 6:20. It's daylight enough to see some stuff, you know, so I'm about to start getting up at 5:30 and leaving the house at 6 now. Back to that stuff, man. I had them really dialed in though. So, knock on wood, you know, we've definitely seen tons of deer in this area. Tons. In the mornings, they're actually coming back. I'm not really expecting a lot of deer to come this way, you know, from Benton. They're going to be coming back. I was really expecting them, when I rattle, they're going to come from this side of me. So what I'm hoping is, if I do hear one coming, I'm just going to jump up, get the camera up as fast as I can. I got one little shooting lane unless I step to the left of this tree, and then I got good little pockets, and I'm hoping to get him up here at like 10 yards and kill him with a recurve bow. That would be, I don't know, I would probably have a heart attack, because this deer, he's big. But if I don't get an open shot or anything, you know, I'm talking with the compound, I'll shoot through a hole as big. But you know, I'm definitely not shooting through a hole that big on a deer like this. Any deer in particular, really, because I don't really know if I hit the deer. I might, but if he gives us a good shot, it's on him. So anyway, I'm gonna sit back and rattle. If I had the GoPro, you guys could see that, because look how zoomed in it is. Makes for a bad video. Good for a deer, but bad for calling it stuff. That's why I loved having that GoPro with me. But you guys can probably hear the wind starting to pick up, so I better get the call. So fingers crossed that this big boy comes in here looking for a fight and he gets an arrow through his ribs, and we find him, and he's going to score about 170. He's a big deer. But I'll see you guys soon. Quick update. Well, it may not be quick. I'm going to tell you guys my honest opinion on what I'm thinking, but so far I've seen 0 deer. So my theory is I'm hunting this way too much. Like I say, that when I was in here 2 days ago, I didn't hunt yesterday, but the day before, I saw deer that morning and that evening. I saw the big buck that evening. So what my plans are is I'm gonna basically hunt here tonight, but we're getting in a climber tonight. My battery's dying. We're getting a climber tonight for sure. And climb up in the tree now. If I don't see deer, I'm not gonna hunt in the morning. I'm gonna let this whole place scent away. And then tomorrow evening, we're gonna go look at a different area and just see what's coming through. Basically, we're gonna do an evening set, but observe, how you say it. You know, we're just gonna go set and basically watch, but still take our bow just in case something comes under us. And let's say that spot don't work out, then I'm gonna give it about 4 or 5 days without coming here at all. Literally not a single time will I come in here. And then when we come back, I think we'll see multiple deer like we have. This makes the second time that I've sat without seeing anything in here. But I mean, I've hit this spot what I would call pretty hard, especially for it being a bedding area. You know, your people really wouldn't hunt a bedding area this much. They maybe hunt it once a week or once every 2 weeks. I mean, they're bedding just right over there on that hillside. If it wasn't so thick, I'd probably watch them bed. But I know for a fact they're bedding over there. And they got a bedding area over here on my right. And then they got one back here on the left, which is where that big buck come from. So I'm right in between 3 bedding areas. But so perfect spot. I mean, I've seen multiple deer throughout the weeks. I've seen, I don't know, 11 or 12 different deer probably. There's definitely a big herd of deer in here. But if I keep coming in here, and also, I've walked down right across every one of their trails. I did this past 2 days, and not a single deer's come up above me. So what I'm thinking is they're smelling my ground scent up there. But I did see all them deer down here. I lied. When that buck bumped them deer or whatever, I heard a bunch of deer crash up above me, going back into the bedding. But as of walking, and like I've been seeing them doing, you know, I ain't seen none, so if they're far up enough, like let's say that last trail I never seen them, there could have been 12 deer that passed me this morning, and I'd have never seen them. But as far as I know, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't heard too much of that. Sounds like deer, a bunch of squirrels, so that's my plans. So who knows, I'm going to set to rest. It's about, I don't know, 8:30 right now, so forward the time it'd be like 9:30. But I'm going to set until 9 o'clock, which would be 10 o'clock old time when I'm used to setting. I'm going to set until 10 o'clock and then pack it up and we'll ease out of here. That's what we're going to rock with, so stay tuned.
So I ended up setting the remainder of that morning without seeing any deer. I walked back out and I'd seen where a couple deer had been walking back and forth across the trails. You know, big doe tracks, no bucks. Ended up going down a driveway, saw where a big buck had been crossing. So I kind of got an idea of when I do go back hunting where I want to set this time. It's a new area. It's actually where I watched the big buck go. We're going to go in there and probably, I was going to go tonight, but it's really, really hot out. Like, I think today's 67. Tomorrow's only going to be 64. A high of 64 all day. So we might go tomorrow evening and just set and see where the deer are coming from on that angle of the hillsides. But what I wanted to show you all is a few deer. You know, we've been filming some deer. I've been having buddies send me footage of deer and stuff like that, of them filming some really good deer. I mean, I'd shoot them, you know, and my brother ended up taking a big doe, so you guys will get to see that. And I just figured there's some type of content to keep you guys busy until I get back in the woods. So tomorrow evening, if I don't make tomorrow evening, I won't be hunting until next week once it gets back into 50. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get this big buck on the ground because he's a monster. So I'll see you all in the next episode of Hunt, Fish, Howl Outdoors.
Did it hit her? It's her. There it is right there.